Good evening. Today I'll be doing a disassembly of the Kodiak Defense WK180 Gen 1. These rifles are known to have issues. There are tons of issues. People having issues with the bolt getting stuck, having the system overgassed, which causes piston rod breakage. Goodness, what else is there? I know there's more. If you look it up on Google, like on Reddit, there's tons of people complaining, and it's well justified. I bought this rifle knowing full well of the issues. I got this pretty cheap on Gunpost for about $9.70. They are going for about $1,200 brand new. So I said I was going to take chances and see how it goes. This was sold as brand new. There are a few dings on the metal. It's possible there could have been a scope set up. There's another sort of blemish right there as well. But otherwise, it definitely seems on fire to me. It smells like a new gun. It doesn't seem to be a lot of carbon buildup either. So we're going to take it apart. We're going to separate the upper and lower. I'm going to take off the handguard, take a look at the gas block screws, which have been known to be loose from the factory, and we'll go from there. Okay, we're going to separate the upper and lower. So what we're going to do, there is a E-clip right there. We're going to take that out, and that should do what we want without having that clip fly across your room. There we go. Cool, so that out of the way. I'm gonna flip this guy over, and there is a button right there. We're gonna press that, and we should have a separated upper and lower. There we go. Our turn spring is gonna come right out, and there we have it. The charging handle was sort of loose. I thought it screwed in, but I kept turning it, it did nothing. So we're gonna take it out, and that's why it's so loose. It just sits right in the bolt carrier. Interesting. Huh. All right, it does seem a bit dirty, but grimy, but not too bad otherwise. Let's take out the firing pin. That looks almost like a cotter pin. We should be able just to pop it out. And then we have the cam pin right there. I think we should be able to pop that out too. Guess we'll find out. Let's just move this guy up. And we have a great little pokey device, and we should be able to just pop that right out, and without having the firing pin fly out either. We depress the firing pin. There we go. Cool. We got the firing pin. And this is the firing pin retaining pin, clip, whatever you want to call it. And this guy, I wonder if we can just pull it straight out. Oh shit, that was easier than I thought. Okay. Interesting. This is my first WK180. I've been reading about these guys for a while. They are a cheap AR-15 cope gun in Canada. Can't get AR-15, so we're stuck with the AR-180. This guy works on a short stroke gas piston. There are not very many gas operated rifles in this sort of caliber other than the Raven 5.56, which is about 3 times the price as this, but it's a better gun, but I'm not going to go into that. Let's get a cleaning patch and just see how grimy this actually is. Yeah, not bad. It definitely is greased up. There are no wear marks. This definitely seems unfired. Okay, well, with that out of the way, I can't believe the charging handle just sits right in there. I don't know why it seems so strange to me, but it just sits right in there. God, that would suck. Oh, charging handle, that's what it was. That's what it snaps on people. The whole thing just snaps. That does not seem deep enough either. Huh. I didn't pull him back on that. That sucks. All right. And that is our cam pin. The extractor, a little bit of wear and tear. Looks like it, but I really don't think this was used. Bought it from some old guy back over in Ontario, sorry. And just got in today. So, what do we got next? I really don't feel like taking out the whole trigger assembly. But what do we have? We have another E-pin right there. And that is holding in, the spring right there. We have our safety selector, which is a Hex Head, Torx. Looks like Hex. I gotta say the mag release is okay, honestly. Ergonomics, it's okay. Yeah, I wish it was a little bit bigger, but I know you can get replacement ones. So, yeah, this seems pretty unused. Yeah, not bad. All right, let's do the handguard. The handguard should just be those Allen keys. I wish I had a Allen bit, but I don't unless this one magically fits, and it doesn't. All right, we are taking this off with Allen keys. Does this one fit? Ooh, it does. Look at that. I really have to buy a Allen set. That's the wrong way. That should be the right way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And we have anything else? No, that should be it. Yeah, that should be it. And the rail is separated, so we should be able just to pull. Yeah, well, that's it. It seems deceptively difficult. I think we could take the piston out. A lot of these rifles, you can just look at them, see how to disassemble, because they should be easy. Should. Yeah, it's just sandwiched right into the receiver. God, that's a horrible design. Huh. That does seem like a horrible, it's just sandwiched right in there. Okay, let's see if we can just yank it really hard. Oh. A little bit of force. Scuff the gas plug a little bit. Oops. Goodness. Yeah, it's just sandwiched right there onto the receiver. Ooh, that smells funny. Okay. At least the barrel nut isn't loose. And let's see for the gas block. We got one guy there. And this one is too big. Just by a hair. Just by a hair as well. That seems too big. And I think this one is the same size. So be it. This one's going to be too small. Yeah, we get a little bit too much play. There's no way that's it. Let's see if we can find a comparable Imperial one. Not too bad. Let's go up in size. And that was too big. The good thing is it doesn't seem loose. So one complaint I've heard. Oh, that was ridiculously easy. So if that actually holds our gas block, well, that's about as far as she goes. All right. So one of the issues with this gun is the piston will actually snap. The sturdier side of this is quite beefed up compared to the thinner side, and it'll essentially transfer the stresses to the thinner side and snap because it's just overgassed. So what you can get is an adjustable gas valve, which you can adjust the amount of gas in your system. And you can actually see, if you look at the normal one, the AR180, it has a much beefed up piston. Even something like the Crusader Templar, which I believe was made for 308, and they adapted to 5.56, It has quite a large height over bore, and you can even see the piston is quite beefed up, but this guy, it's quite slim. Okay, so we got a Allen key right there. And let's see. There we go. Okay. And there we have it. Yep. Here's the piston. So, the common place for this guy to actually break is right near the fillet right there, from the thinner section to the larger section. So why didn't Kodiak, why didn't they do something different? Why didn't they use a different design? Couldn't tell you. I'm sure it's with the build of the upper receiver. This is what they decided with. That's really about it. Yeah, goodness, no wonder it breaks. Huh. Well, this does seem quite clean for what it is. And so there is a nylon bushing right there. A lot of guys seem to upgrade them to brass because so the piston rod doesn't slam into it. But it unfortunately looks like I would have to remove the barrel nut, which is not a big deal, but it's not something I'm really prepared for right now. Yep. Interesting. Okay. So otherwise, we have a 5.56 NATO 1/8 twist barrel. The muzzle brake is pretty boring, I gotta say. We got closed ports on the bottom, open ports right on the top, which theoretically would push the muzzle, which would help with muzzle rise if the gases are coming out the top, which would push the muzzle down theoretically. But not too bad considering this is unused. Yeah, it was a steal of a price. I really can't complain. Huh. It is very suspicious just how thin this is and how easily this came out as well. And that is what actually goes in our, okay. Let's do a wipe down because we have all this grease. We got all this grease, it is just shimmering. With a PB blaster. Make sure that's all dry. I'm going to use that PB blaster as well. Yeah, there's definitely a few nicks and dings and nicks on this guy, but I don't know. Some guys, they shoot one and the whole thing just goes boom. Now let's see if I want to take that off. How does that guy actually come out? I don't actually know how to separate the upper end. Oh, I can push it out. Oh, goodness. Easton, that is, I should have done that in the first place. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? So bang that guy around. Should have looked up how to actually take this apart. It just seemed pretty straightforward. There we go. A lot of people upgrade the lower receivers. There's like the Lynx 180. But otherwise, it is one solid piece. It does have a big butt on it though, which honestly, I sort of like as a rifle, it's actually not too heavy considering. It's not super light either. And there we have our upper. It's not too bad. Now we're gonna clean that. We're gonna clean that bore. That is just a smidge too big. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. This is for 27 cal. Oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. This won't fit. Nope. All right. Well, that's funny. And I don't have a thinner rod. Okay. Well, turns out I was gonna clean this guy, but my cleaning rod is too big. It is a 27 cal and up, and I've got something smaller. And I live in the middle of nowhere, so I'm gonna have to visit a local gun store and see what I can get. The bore itself, there's a few, looks like boogers in there, but all right, it is what it is. Okay, let's put this guy back together. We're gonna put it back together just as we took it apart. So let's put our piston back in. Ooh, metal on metal. That does not seem good. That's as far as it wants to go. All right, I gotta over tighten it. And that is our gas piston. Slamming it right in there. Goodness. All right. Looking at our lower. Safety selector switch is nice and tactile, I'm gonna say. That is nice. You can replace that. There's another little hex head. We got an E-clip there. And we got a spring holding that. What else do we got? We did have to take out the safety selector, and we got those pins right there. It seems like it's gonna fall right out. I'd rather not do that tonight. Maybe another time. What do we got next? Let's put the bolt back together. Yeah, they do put a decent amount of grease in there. Now, you definitely can fuck this up. Because when you look at the extractor, let's look at our bolt again, our upper. And we see where we are actually going to eject from. We're going to eject from the right side. So when we put that in, should be good to go on the ejector on that side. All right. There we go. So we're going to put the extractor. The extractor extracts and the ejector ejects. Jeez, I got that messed up. The extractor is going to go on the ejection port side. So when we put that back in, that's it right there. We're going to put that on the facing the right side. Our cam pin is going to fit right in, and we can actually see there's another little hole right there, which the firing pin would sit nicely in. We got our extractor, and it's going to fit right in. That. Perfect. And our firing pin. You can see it's a nice straight line. If we poke it through, whoops, my greasy hands. You should be able to see it right there. Yes, we do. Now, we are going to squeeze that together, and we should be able just to poke our pin right through again, and we can actually see it right there where it's actually going to hold in. There's a little catch right there. I'm gonna poke that through and make sure it comes through the other side. And I'm going to use the charging handle just to smush that in. There we go. And that is our firing pin. I'm going to smush that in a little bit more so it's a little more flush. Making sure as that's sliding back, we're not going to prematurely wear that out. There we go. That's better. You really got to push the guy in. And we have our extractor on the right side. So we do have to rotate our bolt to get right in there. Yeah, that's it, that's all. And I guess you could put the charging handle on the other side if you really wanted to. I like it on the left side. That way your hand can still stay on the lower, or you can have it like the SKS European style on the same side, which you have to reach over top or underneath, which just feels weird and awkward, which I'm not a huge fan of. I do have 2 SKSs, and I don't know, just having it on the other side just doesn't feel right to me. And we are gonna get that cam pin right in there. Can we do that? Actually need to come all the way forward. If we can do that. Yeah, that would totally work. Because that whole cam pin won't rotate. Okay, well, let's put the charging handle back in, the very loose charging handle. Jeez. I can't believe that's just how it just sits right in there. It just seems just bizarre. I don't know. It just seems so loose in there. I just couldn't understand. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I get it. I'm gonna put our turn springs. Yeah, I can see us slamming into that. It's gonna cause some wear. Those guys will just fit right in. Awesome. Now our handguard. I might actually leave this guy off. It's actually pretty light. But if I'm getting a new gas plug in somewhat soon, I'm gonna have to take it off. Sorry, gas valve. I'm gonna have to take it off anyway. But not bad, not bad. And let's see, putting back lower. Otherwise, you know what, it's pretty clean. Just gum it up a little bit. It's funny how dirty some guns straight from the factory. I mean, I like guns, I get it, but that trigger is okay. I gotta say the grip itself is whatever. I never like when they do that type of stuff. I just don't. It just feels funny. It goes right between your fingers, I guess. Just to made it between your hands, but I just don't like it. Not a huge fan. Okay. Now let's make the upper and lower. Does it matter which side we got the pin? Nope, doesn't matter. E-clip, sorry. There we go. Ooh, God, I don't like that slump. That's whatever. And we're gonna put our E-clip back in. Should be able just to push that guy. I'll get my gloves caught. There we go. Oh, that's a weird weight distribution without the handguard. Goodness. The handguard itself, it's sort of whatever. It's your normal tactical looking handguard. It feels cheap as fuck, to be honest. But I don't know, that's what you get apparently. A lot of people shit on Canadian gun manufacturers, and well, there's reason to. There was the BCL Siberian Black Creek Lab Siberian SVR2 that came out. A lot of quality control issues, even when Lockhart Tactical released the Raven 556. There was the bolt issue as well, which they replaced. I believe with the Siberian there's a firing pin issue. So, but I've had the MRX Bison for a while now, and I've had to send in for warranty. The extractor wouldn't extract. I got it replaced a little while ago. The ejector wouldn't eject. There, Jesus, getting that messed up. But otherwise, I like the gun. But we'll see how this guy goes once I get it out. It seems like a fun gun to shoot, but having the piston break is not something I really want to deal with, to be honest. I wasn't able to get Loctite from my local store. They didn't have blue Loctite. They didn't have any Loctite at all, so it looked at me sort of funny. So I'm going to make sure that is set with Loctite before I put the handguard back together, and of course before I shoot it. But that is really about it. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.